Emily, good to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you too. I'm doing
Thanks for
well,
being with
thanks.
us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I had a talk just a little bit ago with Cy Bates from your staff
Mhm.
about the things that are coming for InfoComm, and it sounds really exciting. And I guess the big thing is Bluetooth.
Yeah, we're coming out with Bluetooth and a lot of our speakers. We're really excited about it. It's definitely something our customers have been anticipating for the last few months, so we're looking forward to it.
You get some really interesting aspects to it. I mean, I've been a fan of your product for a long time. Actually, I told Janet that last year when I interviewed her at this time. And
Hmm.
I've been a rental manager for over 20 years, and there are two things that I knew Anchor for. One was indestructibility, and the other was simplicity.
Yep.
And it sounds like you've done the same thing with Bluetooth. Tell us a little bit about how long it's been in development and what the implementation is like.
So it was something we started talking about after InfoComm last year, because we're kind of seeing it in so many different places. It's in pretty much every cell phone. It's in your car. It's kind of becoming a standard. So we figured, you know what, let's put it in our speakers. We already are very portable with our battery powered systems and wireless mics. So we just kind of wanted to add on another aspect of portability and kind of being wire free. So the concept started about a year ago, and it took maybe 9 months or so to really get it into the systems and implement it, troubleshoot it, and really come up with the exact software that we wanted.
Now, it sounds like your implementation's a little bit different than Bluetooth implementations that I'm used to. I'm a big Bluetooth user, have been for a long, long time. Everything from my car to my phone to my pad to my computer to my audio streaming systems are Bluetooth.
Wow.
So, one of the things that I was wondering about with Anchor is you have a tradition of simplicity.
Hmm.
And to me, Bluetooth pairing has always been you pair the two devices, you add a code, and it sounds like you've done something a lot simpler than that.
Yeah, a lot of Bluetooth, like the first initial pair is a little bit complicated. Like usually with the car, you have to be parked, you can't be driving, you
Exactly.
have to put in the code, you have to, forget this and remember that. And, there's a lot of kind of steps to get that set up. But we wanted to make our Bluetooth really simple and easy to use because Anchor is common with rental agencies. Anchor's common with teachers and, just normal people who aren't audio experts and don't have time to look for a manual or how to, start up the Bluetooth. So it's really simple. I mean, you just press the pairing button and then you see Anchor Audio pop up on your device and you select it and that's it. And so
Great.
it's
There's
really
no
easy.
passcodes or anything like that.
Yeah, and then once someone's connected, another person can't just join on. So you're not going to be presenting and then someone all of a sudden, plays a prank on you and
How
starts
many
some
codes can it
funky
remember? I
music.
mean, how many people could be paired with it at once?
You're only going to have one pair, like one device connected with the system. But if you have multiple systems, you can have multiple pairs.
Great. Now, one of the things that was interesting talking to Cy about was he said that you have 100-foot distance limitation, which
We
is
do.
a great deal more than any Bluetooth I'm aware of.
Yeah, we have 100-foot line of sight. So that's really helpful for, the presenter, if the presenter is also the one who is controlling the audio, or someone who's just, handling audio but also handling a lot of other things. Because if you stay within 100 feet line of sight, you're not going to have any issues. And some phones can go further, but 100 was kind of where we consistently had the same results on all different devices.
Sure. So I presume my iPhone's going to work for 100 feet.
Yeah, we went. The testing is really fun. We went down to the outlet mall. We're pretty close to the Carlsbad Outlet Mall, which is like, people drive from all over to go there, and so it's always really busy. So we put the speaker at one end, and then we took the Bluetooth, and we actually got like 180 feet, and it was still working. The security guard came up to us. He's like, "So, what are you guys doing?" We had to try to explain that we were testing the Bluetooth, but there weren't any weird frequencies that would hurt anyone or anything. It was just solely to test the distance, but yeah, we
That's
got really good distance on that.
That's just fascinating because I talked to Janet last year about Anchor's design process and how detailed it is and the molding and all of that kind of thing. And
Hmm.
yet there's also a test procedure that takes place at an outlet mall. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
And I
We have a
can't
lot of
imagine
fun with
you'd
testing.
see an awful lot of Bluetooth at a place like that anyway. So
Well,
that's
yeah, we
great.
wanted to test it with other, signals going on, cell phones and music coming from stores and just kind of different things like that, and it was fine.
Are you going to have a sticker made tested in outlet malls? No, your product has always been great. I mean, I hate to say it, but I've stood on Explorers to hammer nails,
That's fun.
and still been able to use them afterwards, which was, is great. And some of your stuff has lasted forever for me in rentals. So, and I'm a volunteer. I'm not a Rave employee. This is not a paid testimonial. But I am a big fan, and your company's always done great. So this stuff is going to be in use at InfoComm in the booth.
Yeah, we have some iPods that we're going to connect and have available for testing. So if people want to walk away with them and test it, they can. They have to come back, of course, and return the iPod. But we're gonna have it in action at InfoComm.
Will the app be available at InfoComm?
Sorry, what was that?
The app for the you won't need an app actually.
No, you don't even need an app. Actually, it's
That's
just super easy, and it
that's great.
remembers
Getting
up
100 feet without adding any additional software.
Yeah, and it's going to remember up to 10 phones. So if, we bring up school examples a lot because that's one of our big customers. If, someone in the athletic department is passing around a Liberty system and there's 4 different coaches that are always using it, if their phones are in range, it's going to connect to whichever one is closest in range. So that kind of makes it even more simple. So they don't have to
I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah.
What kind of products is it going to be available in?
Right now we have it available in the Beacon, the Liberty, the Go-Getter, and then the Megavox, which is our PA system.
Sure.
So that was really good for like band directors. They like to use the metronome and wirelessly connect with the Bluetooth, and that way they can have all the band students practice with the metronome blasted out at that louder level instead of kind of buying that more expensive equipment. I think there's the Dr. Beat or something that cost them a lot of money. So this is an easy alternative for them.
I was telling Cy, with adding Bluetooth to the products, you're going to find rental companies trying lots and lots of really unusual applications. And I got to admit, both the testing in the outlet mall and the loud metronome, those are 2 entirely new things.
Well, actually, we released it on June 1st, and we've already gotten some unique questions. We had someone who is a funeral director, and they sometimes have people who attend funerals who are handicapped, and they kind of have a hard time getting to where the actual ceremony is, so they can't hear, the speech. And so they said, well, can we have the Bluetooth connect from the speakers that are presenting over there into our car so that the people who can't make it out to the site can still hear it? No, sorry, we can't do that, but that's an interesting request.
Yeah.
So we get all kinds of applications, and people ask us, very strange and different configurations.
Well, with larger and larger crowds coming to InfoComm, you're going to get more and more applications like that. So I'm looking forward to this year's show. It ought to be a really good one. All right, so where were we? We were talking about Anchor and what you wanted to tell people about Anchor Audio.
Yeah, so we always kind of go off the IRS motto when we're building our products and kind of designing new things. So it's not the conventional IRS that follows your taxes.
I was going to ask that.
But the I is for intelligibility. So Anchor is designed specifically for audio reinforcement. So it's really great for speeches or anyone who's giving any kind of presentation. And then, it works really great with music as well, but you're definitely going to get the good voice quality so you don't hear any of that muddy sound. R is for reliability. Like you were saying, you've actually stood on our systems and they haven't broken. So we really want to make sure our products are reliable and durable and they're not going to break. And then S is for simplicity. So we want to make sure that any normal end user can pick up an Anchor product and use it. You don't have to be an audio technician or an AV specialist or anything like that. Just, any normal person can kind of pick up a system and get going with whatever they need.
We used to have a policy. I ran one of Canada's biggest rental companies for several years. And in all of our branches, if somebody wanted to come in and carry an audio system away with them that they could use without a technician, we took them straight to the Anchor inventory. It's always been one of your great strengths.
Yeah, we always kind of try to improve and keep things more simple. So we're going to be coming out with a new Mega back panel, and so it's going to have all the same features. It's going to have the Bluetooth, but it's going to have even kind of a simpler operation on the back panel, which is always helpful.
Great, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Sounds like it's going to be a great show.
Yeah, we're really excited about it.
Are the Bluetooth products all going to be delivering at InfoComm?
Yep, we've actually been shipping for the last week. We've had a lot of people upgrading their systems. So it's basically an add-on where it's going to be $160 advertised price. So that's a lot of dealers are going to be selling it for $160 on top of whatever the system cost is. And we build it right into the system as they order it and ship it out.
Wow, sounds great. Take it out of the box and use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'll definitely stop by the booth and maybe we'll do another interview there.
Sounds good. We're going
All
to
right.
be at C9721.
Right. And for those of you who are watching this off the Rave website, there will be a link to Anchor's webpage and their booth number. Great. Emily, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
All right. I look forward to seeing you there.
See you soon.